Good morning, and welcome back to the Dragon Quest livestream series. I'm going to get my chat up. It has been a little while since I recorded this. I think it was about a month ago, less than 2 months ago, we'll say. I'm just going to raise the arms of my chair so that it's in a more comfortable position for using the Wii Remote. There we go, that's perfectly fine. I think I described this before, but it can be a little awkward when I've got a cable causing interference between the Wii Remote and the sensor bar, but I can probably fix that. There we go, that's a bit better. Okay, now I've got a clear pathway without any interruption. So yeah, I did a few things off camera between the last recording and this one. It just related to grinding King Latem. The consequence of grinding King Latem, or the result rather, is that I've got more experience. I'm now level 50. I don't remember what level I had reached before. I think it was 30 something, possibly 40, but I'm now at 50. But most importantly, I've actually acquired 100 mini-medals, which can be acquired fairly easily if you're getting consistent X ranks, or even S ranks. As I recall, it's 3 mini-medals for an S rank with King Latem, and 6 for an X rank, so they do actually accumulate fairly well over time. And while level 50 is not going to be enough for me to clear, say, the final boss, it might be enough for us to get to... I don't think did I fight Valgurt Nedlog? I certainly didn't. I fought regular Valgurt and barely succeeded, didn't I? So I'm probably going to have to take on Valgurt again, because my rank I think was a B. It was horrendous last time. So I can probably face off against him once more. And yeah, what we're going to do is actually use the 100 mini-medals that I said that we acquired. Should be good. What you can actually get with the 100 mini-medals is one specific thing. It's the strongest armor in the game. It is called the Liquid Metal Armor. And there is an accompanying shield, but as I understand there is no, I think there is an accompanying helmet actually, Liquid Metal Helmet, I believe it exists. I may even have it, let me check. Hello, Peaberry. Oops. So I've got the Metal King helm, that's probably what I was thinking of. I knew that whatever helmet I had related to metal in some way, but it's not the Liquid Metal Helmet. I don't remember there being a Liquid Metal Helmet. If there is one, I'm going to assume that it's a drop from one of the bosses in the mirrors. So, yeah. Either way, we've got the Auroral Armor. As you will recall, I almost immediately regretted spending money on the Dragon Mail, because it wasn't long after the purchase of this armor that I picked up the Auroral Armor. This was just as a consequence of progressing through the game beyond killing the final boss of the story. Although I may not have been able to get this armor very easily if I were relying on the dog's body armor, which I think is what I had before that point. Possibly. Either that, or I sold something that I had equipped between this and this. I don't remember anymore. But that's alright. Relating to liquid metal things, there's also a liquid metal shield, but it's going to be difficult to get. I'm probably not even going to attempt to get it. It's one of the only things in this game where I'm just not going to put the time in to acquire something, because it is simply too difficult. You have to spin this Tombola and get the golden prize not once, but twice. I've forgotten now what you get from the first attempt, or sorry, the first reward from the golden prize at the Tombola. But whatever it is, it's not as good as the Liquid Metal Shield, which is indeed the best shield in the game, but as I understand it, we've got 8 durability on the Hero Shield, and it becomes 10 with the Liquid Metal Shield. While that doesn't look amazing on paper, a difference of 2 durability points is fairly significant. We've gotten to pretty much the end game, and we're only at 8, so relatively speaking, you can assume that 8 is infinitely better than 1 or 2. I think I was reminded of the fact that you can actually upgrade Red Nusandna not once but twice, so I may actually look into doing that, depending on what I've got on hand. See this? You've got the Aurora Blade here at 70 damage, which as I recall is more than my current weapon. I must have been able to see how much damage my current weapon did from that screen. Oh no, 82. So I guess it was highlighted in blue to say that it was an improvement upon what it was, rather than an improvement upon what I had equipped. I'm wanting to make the Dragon Warrior's Sword, for very good reason. Oh, I think you can upgrade beyond the Aurora Blade, can't you? So Red Nusana is unupgraded, and then I think there's another upgrade for this. Let's just see if it's going to hurt our materials in any way. It doesn't really look like it, does it? The Dragon King Sword is what we're ultimately going to make, but maybe it would be fun to make this for the Master Stroke. Let's look into it, shall we? Let's just do it. We've got lots of money, and we are going to be getting the liquid metal armor momentarily. But, oh. Arexian, I very much appreciate it when Peaberry mentions black marks on my webcam. I was negligent in the setting up of this recording. I almost always check that, but I haven't checked it this time. That should be fine. No, much appreciated for the... Yeah, once it is drawn to your attention, you can't unsee it, unfortunately. Brand spanking new Aurora Blade. I think it's called Light Fantastic, the Master Stroke. I'm not going to equip it because it is technically worse than what I have, but as I say, you can actually use the Master Stroke with a different weapon. You can use any Master Stroke with any weapon. The Master Stroke simply unlocks as you forge the next weapon. Alright, so now we can... Okay. I forgot about this stuff. I completely forgot about these weapons, interestingly enough. I remembered them, but didn't. Very strange. Very strange. This is the one that I usually make. I think we can see why. But I don't have the gold for it. Shockingly. Actually, I will have the gold for it, because I can just sell gold bars. I have so many gold bars. Wrath of Boreas. Oh, I understand. You are forced to use whatever... That was my memory of it. My memory was so faint when it came to those elemental weapons. Now I understand why. Well, yeah. If you want the strongest weapon, you make the Wrath of Boreas and then upgrade into this sword. So... what I think I'm going to have to do is use the Sword of Kings, which is fine. I can live with that. And I can actually afford it as well. So we're going to turn Wrath of Zeus, which is our thunder weapon. And it does consume the Wrath of Zeus, I believe. And we're going to make this sword, which is noticeably better. I think we had 82 damage or somewhere around there. Let me rephrase that in English. Thereabouts. And now we're going to make the Sword of Kings. It's interesting, I had forgotten the route to upgrading those weapons further. You can't just keep upgrading in a linear direction, you actually have to go from Red Nusana and then consume the existing elemental sword that you had. I was reminded of this by a comment, I believe in the previous VOD that I made, because I was so singularly focused on getting the Dragon King sword that I completely forgot to actually take my elemental sword to the next level. Yeah, Jobs are good is very British indeed. Possibly even more important than the increased damage of our sword at this stage is the Master Stroke that we will have acquired from it. It looks the dogs on me as well, just in case anyone needed to know. I've now got 80 gold, but fear not. I'm sure I'll be able to recover some of my funds. Because as you can see, well, in order to get the amount of gold that I already had, which was an incredible amount, I don't know how much it was, whether it was 15,000 or 150,000, I think it was 15,000, I didn't really read the number of digits, but yeah, I had sold a lot of gold bars. It is a result of having killed an incredible number of King Latem bosses. I can probably sell some Orichalcum as well. I don't think I'm ever going to need as many as 28 unless I want to make every single weapon in the game, which I don't really plan on doing. But just for now, I'm going to hold off. Well, no, I won't hold off. I'll sell 8 and get 50,000 gold. No, it was about 50,000 that it took for me to upgrade that sword before. Well, there you go. Lovely jubbly, as he says. Alright. So just to recap for those who perhaps are not up to date, which may include Peaberry, I'm not sure. I'm now in what is effectively the end game of Dragon Quest Swords. The story has been completed, and I'm now just in a mode where I'm fighting difficult bosses. Character progression can still be experienced. In fact, you build your character quite a lot beyond the completion of the story and the slaying of the final boss of the story, and that's what I'm going through now. It's pretty much the second half of the game. It's just that you don't venture to new locations, you just fight different bosses. Boss in a box, sort of thing. And in my opinion, grinding is a necessity. I do not think it is possible for you to just go from one boss to the next, and then through the materials that you acquire from killing each boss once, get strong enough to actually complete the game. I really don't think it's intended for you to do it that way, so I'm obviously not going to be doing it that way. I do not have some sort of masochistic streak that you're going to suddenly have revealed to you in this recording. It's not going to be happening, so... I think I already made attempts to fight at least one of the bosses, well certainly Valgurt, but also another one in the last recording, and it just wasn't good. I made attempts to fight it while underleveled, and it wasn't very good. So again, if I take you to my... well, I suppose I would go to attributes. You can see I have 101 mini-medals. Now, I would not advise a person to grind these manually, say, in... what's it called? The first location. I know it's called the Walk of the Worthy, but what is Caliburn Cave? I wouldn't recommend that you try to get this from Caliburn Cave. I know that you can get pretty consistent mini-medals there. There may even be other locations that are better than Caliburn Cave for that. I just wouldn't recommend it. Don't go to an actual location in order to grind these things, because it will take a very, very long time. Eventually in the game, you will get to the point where these things come very easily from King Latem. So... again, you can compare the level that I was at the end of the previous video to the level that I'm at now, and that is, you know, the amount of experience that is going to relate to 100, or at least what is now 100, mini-medals in my inventory. Understanding, of course, that, you know, a decent number of X ranks really does help to get that number of mini-medals in that time. Yeah, silence yourself, creepy cat. Alright, here we go, liquid metal armor. You can see it's a considerable upgrade, and on top of the upgrade itself, so the defense, you also get the ability of reducing physical damage by 30%. Now, I think you can, depending on the confrontation, opt for either this or the auroral armor, because I'll show you. Yes, I'm going to swap the mini-medals for it, thank you. So, depending on the situation, you may actually want to use this, because you can see it reduces elemental damage by 30%. So if you're fighting, perhaps, Valgurt, in fact, there's a very high likelihood that this would be better armor to use against Valgurt than this. But, who knows, maybe the defense value of this ends up making it better than this. I really don't know. I haven't actually gone into the details of things like damage application in the game, but yeah. Auroral armor might be superior against Valgurt. I don't remember taking huge damage last time. Alright, so again, we've upgraded to the Sword of Kings. We may as well equip this for now. Upgraded our armor to the strongest armor in the game, at least for physical defense. And I think we will be keeping with this shield. I don't expect that we'll be upgrading it, because again, as I mentioned, that requires us to play the Tombola an ungodly number of times, which, to be honest, I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. Like, just don't do it. It's not worth it. If you want to be a completionist, then go for it, but I only did it once ever, and I regret to say that I don't have that save file anymore. So I'm definitely feeling a little deflated when it comes to that. Alright, so these are the three mirrors that are at a level where we may barely be able to survive at this stage. This is the final boss mirror. We are definitely not well leveled enough to do that. Really, don't underestimate the amount of damage that you need to do in order to complete this. It's quite a task. I consider it to be reasonably difficult when I'm at max level. So use that as a guide for whether or not it is a good idea to do this at, say, level 80 or something, or within the region of level 80. I suppose we'll do Auroral Armor. I'm just thinking if there are any physical attacks that Valgurt does. I suppose the only one would be when he gets you in his tail and then tries to eat you. Now that would be a physical attack, but if you're playing the game even slightly well, you shouldn't be getting hit by that attack. So I might use the Auroral Armor just for this confrontation, because I think that 30% reduction will help. And I think that will do us. In terms of preparation, anyway. Valgurt. We must try this again. I'm taking Armas, aren't I? I believe so, yeah. He's now level 53. So, this is a rematch. Our previous Valgurt fight was really poor. There are no warm-ups, I will mention that. I'm coming into this cold, not having played the game for a little under 2 months, but I'm sure I can survive. Alright, here we go. Valgurt draws near. So we begin with the Ice Head, which I ought to mention will exhibit ranged attacks that we cannot hit back, our only real option. Okay, I got the order wrong there. Our only real option is to shield it, and I'm going to use Magna Shield here. I hadn't actually looked at my items. I hope this is good enough. In fact, it certainly will be good enough. I would like a bit more magic water than what we have. I should have double-checked, but I think you can get magic water by trading mini-medals with the Moggy thing. So definitely going forward, when I acquire mini-medals, they're going straight into magic water, because magic water is a big deal, particularly for the final boss, but just throughout. Anlas has 193 MP. As we level him up, magic water is going to become less and less necessary. So that's one good thing. It's 3 each. Sorry, I don't know what you're referring to, Peaberry. We'd have to go back through the conversation a bit for me to work out what you're referring to. We're going to start with Magna Shield, because I want to make sure that I can shield all of this without issue. Oh, okay, so it's 3 mini-medals to buy magic water from the cat. I'm glad you were paying attention. I wasn't expecting you to have internalized that information. Because of the nature of this confrontation, I am going to use the Master Stroke as soon as possible. This is a situation where you're going to be attacking this boss so much that you want to get full advantage of the damage that your Master Stroke deals. So, again, we've got 2 new Master Strokes. We've got Light Fantastic and Giga Slash. I don't know if I unlocked this. I'm quite sure that I unlocked this when I was still recording. I don't think this was something that I unlocked when I was grinding on my own and leveling up Armas. In fact, no, I remember using this in the previous confrontation with Valgurt. This is the Buddy Blow. Once you level up a follower to a certain level, you're actually able to get a Master Stroke that consumes magic. So instead of using your Master Stroke gauge, you can actually just use MP. Or maybe it does both. Maybe it consumes the Master Stroke gauge and MP. I'll have to double check that. But I think you only gain access to this screen when you hit 100%, so it must require the Master Stroke gauge to be full as well. So it's a double cost, basically. Elemental Extremes is pretty good, but I think once you're getting into the territory of, you know, the upgraded Master Stroke from the upgraded elemental weapon, it's better to do this. Light Fantastic came from the upgraded form of Red Nusadna, so we can assume that this is an upgraded version of Figure of Fate, but I don't really want to use this. The only benefit really to Light Fantastic at this point would be if I didn't want to use an elemental Master Stroke. So I'm going to assume that Thunder is okay against Ice? I don't know. Because we've got a Thunder Head, a Fire Head, and an Ice Head. I'm going to assume that the Thunder is going to be very ineffective against the Thunderhead, so I would probably use Light Fantastic in that situation, given the fact that it's non-elemental. So, I mean, Ice is strong against Thunder, so maybe this is not going to be very effective. But we'll give it a try, hey? Let's just see what it looks like. We're definitely going to be using Light Fantastic against the Thunderhead, either way. Got it to 99, not too bad. Giga Slash. Come on. 116 damage. I think we can do better than that with Light Fantastic. It's not very impressive. I'm not going to be really strict with myself here while fighting Valgurt, because first confrontation in a while. So while I want a decent score, I'm not going to be hard on myself. Just double checking the volume of the game, that's fine. I've lowered the volume a little bit from where it was in the previous recording. Yeah, if you had good Wii games, this would have been an excellent addition. It's a very good Wii game. So these are attacks that you can actually hit back if you have basic capabilities of playing the game, which I'm not exhibiting at this time. He fucked up my... oh. I'm playing really badly now. Yep, so frustratingly, I did lose my hit chain. Not very good. It's worth mentioning that the difference between getting 100 hits in your hit chain and like 500 is not much when it comes to your end score. So I wouldn't stress out too much if you lose your hit chain. It is expected that you get a huge hit chain going up against basically a giant sponge like a boss of this sort. We're going to use Giga Slash, and it'll be interesting to see if the damage that I deal is noticeably different. Hopefully I'll be able to get 99 on the gauge again, just to have a good point of comparison. I got 100 this time. It's only 1 point difference. It was like 119, something like that last time. Oh, okay, interesting. So it's worse this time. Definitely worse. I'm not doing this correctly. We're going to use Unlust to heal ourselves to start with. I think he's gone. No, this is his best heal. That's fine. We're not going to return the shield to Magna Shield size because we're not really making use of it right now. Just to make it clear, part of the reason why I'm not able to get my diagonals and my horizontals really accurate is because it's beneficial when playing Dragon Quest Swords to have full movement of the arm. I do not have full movement of the arm, okay? I've got shit in the way and it's just not working, so I use wrist movements. Now, wrist movements are harder to get accurate. Just the clearer you can swing your Wii Remote, the more accurate you're going to be. This is not accurate. My technique is not going to favor accuracy in the game, so... if you want another Skyward Sword stream after this, okay. I can probably do that. I don't know... I think did I just clear a temple? You're gonna have to check to see what my last Skyward Sword recording was on the channel. I think I was going through one of the dungeons, but I think I may have fought a boss or reached a boss. I'm not sure. It was the lava dungeon. I think it's dungeon number 2. Lost my hit chain again. So remember, with Valgurt, it's actually a 2-stage fight, so once we defeat all 3 heads the first time, then we fight all 3 heads at once. This is a Magna Shield. And because we failed to block literally just one of the hits, we only got an opportunity to hit him for full damage once. Alright, so this is the tail attack that I was talking about. Not problematic to get out of at all, as you can see. And also a good example of why it's expected that you get a good hit chain while fighting this guy. So I'm really not expecting Giga Slash to be of any use at this point, so I'm going to use Light Fantastic. We'll see what kind of damage this does. I'm expecting better damage than our Elemental one before. Just got up to 100. Have to slash 3 times for this one. That's 200 damage, noticeably better. Looking at about double damage there. Oh, I completely fucked that up. I actually don't know if it's an insta-kill. I think, for all intents and purposes, it is an insta-kill for my current health. Getting bitten by Valgurt. It's probably something like 500 damage, I don't know. And if I'm at full health, I think I can survive it. I don't think it's an insta-kill. I don't think so. I don't remember it being one, but it may very well be. Should I just aim to put my shield in the center and hope that it... Nah, if I do that, you can see what happens. So I have been approaching it in the right way by trying to block it in the order in which the markers appear on the screen. I'm going to get his health down manually here. Ooh, messed up the order. I think I'm just confusing myself with the order in which the markers are appearing on the screen. This is not the final boss, no. This is quite some distance away from the final boss. As you can see, Armlos has a pretty decent amount of magic at this point. Alright, let's do Light Fantastic again. It's actually quite physically taxing to get 100 points on the figure 8. It's inconsistent though, look, that was 185 damage and it was the same as before. There was no difference in how I performed the Master Stroke, so I don't understand that. Well, this is not the time for me to be losing Magna Shield. Jesus. My shield is partially broken as well. This is your key to completing the fight quickly, by the way. It's doing a good job at hitting back against the fire attacks. That's how you do it. I'm sure that the amount of time that it takes for you to complete the fight is probably one of the key stats for good performance. It's a long fight though, it's a long haul. Part of the reason why he has so much health is because you are going to be given so many opportunities to use Master Strokes courtesy of the number of hits that you can get off. This may actually be a good fight for... I hadn't actually thought of this. I hadn't thought of this until now, but if you're using the ring that gives you double points towards your Master Stroke gauge when you slash, I reckon you'd be able to get through this fight faster. The only thing is though, you would unfortunately be doing so many Master Strokes it would probably drive you nuts. You'd be doing double the number of Master Strokes during the fight. And to be honest, I don't know if my arm could handle it. Doing these figure 8. Oh, that was terrible. I don't know if you saw how much of his health that I just depleted there, but as I say, it's hitting back those fire attacks that really is going to make the difference. And remember, shielding also increases your Master Stroke gauge. More figure eights. It's not the sort of physical activity I want to be doing in a hot room, which I'm currently in, by the way. I am in a hot room. I'll be doing Magna Shield again. I certainly have the magic for it. I've managed to get to 360 hits, not too bad. I actually was under the impression that during the last fire attacks that I had to endure, I missed one of my strikes. As in, lost my hit chain there. Ooh, okay. But you will see when we complete this fight, the hit chain really doesn't contribute much. I got all of that. I shielded all of it, and I got the opportunity to deal full damage once. You can see how this is going. Basically, when I'm just slashing the monster as normal, rather than as a counterattack, I deal only 2 damage, but then as a counterattack, I'm given full damage. There you go, deal the death blow. I think that went and hit his crotch or something. That looked like a crotch shot if ever I've seen one. Okay, I've just lost. Very good. Not a huge amount of experience, to be honest. Alright, this is going to be considerably better than last time, but still not very good. I don't even know if that crosses the threshold into an S. It's still an A rank, what the fuck? I mean, what do you want from me? It's my guard accuracy that's killing me, isn't it? Just a really low guard accuracy. The time completed is not amazing either. Longest hit chain 438 gives me 2,200 points. I guess it's really... No, I'm at 99% accuracy. They're not really going to expect you to get more than 99% realistically against a boss like this. But the hit chain itself is coming out to... I guess that's all okay. But it's my guard accuracy that's really hurting me the most here. I don't care. I'm settling for an A rank. What I certainly wouldn't settle for is a B, which is what I got last time. We were definitely needing to do a rematch there. Oh my god. Okay. Well, that's Valgurt. Got a little bit of a workout there. Well, not that it is, in actual fact, a workout. It's more that physical activity in this room is miserable. And I possibly could have done better to consider a game that didn't involve physical activity while I'm shut away in this hot room. I haven't played any of the other Dragon Quest games, Potato. That's something I've always been meaning to remedy, but hasn't happened yet. It'll happen. It's definitely on the bucket list, and fairly high up on that list, I should mention. I don't want it to sound like it's never going to happen. I do genuinely want to play the other Dragon Quest games. Those turn-based RPGs are not something that I'm hugely familiar with. I've played some more obscure ones from the past, but Dragon Quest is one that I need to play, for sure. Okay. These are our 3 mirrors. I believe this is Valgurt Nedlog. Yeah, you can see, same profile. He is a golden version of what we just fought. So imagine what we just did, but taking twice as long and us needing to heal twice as much. Not fun. I mean, it could take more than twice as long. I've got no idea. But based on how long it took for us to complete this with our current loadout, I think we need a little bit of a... I think we need a better setup here. When I was talking about making the Dragon King Sword, or the Dragovian King Sword, I think it's called, it's acquired from upgrading this, the Orichalcum Stick. It requires something that we don't yet have. It's a particular metal. It's called a noble metal. Now, I believe it's only when we kill this thing, you know, this prick, that we actually get the noble metal. So I suppose we can treat the Dragovian Kingsword as a final boss weapon. That would probably be the appropriate way to approach it. What I'm going to do for now, however, is go to the bathroom. I'll be back in a moment. I'm back. Alright. Now, I suppose one of the downsides to this point in the game is that it does feel a little bit like a rehash of what you're already familiar with, and the reason why is that all three of these bosses can pretty much be experienced here. These are upgraded versions of bosses we have already fought. In the case of two of them, bosses we've fought twice before, as regular enemies slash bosses. Okay, so just to be very clear, this is Dergib, who we obviously attempted to fight in a previous video and then completely got annihilated. And this is Nomegoan or whatever. This is the boss of Arendite Heights, whom we fought as a stronger version in one of these mirrors, and now we're fighting for a third time. So there is a little bit of repetition here, but keep in mind that your experience of fighting those previous versions of these enemies is going to help you to better fight these ones, because these are extreme versions of those enemies. They are very, very difficult, and they require accuracy and excellence in order to be killed in any reasonable amount of time. Yes, Monster Hunter is all about rehashes, this is true. Alright, so shall we give Dergib another try? Probably. So let me see if I've got any remaining mini-medals. I've got one. Lovely. Nothing that I can really make use of. So what I might do is... No. I've got one magic water. I'm going to do some King Latem. Not much, just enough to get a few more mini-medals to get some magic water. I ended up using all of my mini-medals on that armor. So... let's do maybe 3 or 4 runs of King Latem. Ooh. Not looking for an amazing score, to be honest. Just looking for a clear. For those who haven't seen him, this is King Latem. This is the source of your end game experience. He drops more experience than any other enemy in the series. In the game, we'll say. We're not going to talk about the series. I don't know if this even crosses over. But anyway. My max score is 23,000. You can definitely get better than that. But, yeah. Not even an X rank. Embarrassing. Well, I can make an attempt. I can do an actual attempt at an X rank. You basically need to... It's a combination of doing as well as possible given the circumstances, and then also getting really good luck on the movement of the enemy. So there is a little bit of luck that factors into an X rank, but anyway. Ooh. I've already messed it up, to be clear. I've quite remarkably fucked it up, but oh well. I'll get him on the way back, you watch. No, never mind. I just completely failed, that's alright. Let's get an X rank. Fails the fight. Oh my god. I was reminded of the fact that actually getting X ranks is not made easier by getting the Metal King sword. I don't even remember where to get the Metal King sword at this point. But anyway. Let's just, let's not get too big for our boots, and let's just focus on actually completing the fight. It's one of those fights where you don't want to be swinging your sword too much. Well, I've failed this one as well. It doesn't matter if I hit him on the return. Fucking hell. I would actually describe that particular confrontation as an unlucky example of his movements. Okay. I'm not saving because I just want to speed up my next attempt. One thing that I am messing up is the initial hit. I'm just being too slow. Yeah, there's a lot of things that are backwards in this game. Like, not theoretically, but as in figuratively, I mean. Not figuratively backwards, I mean literally written backwards. Oh, he's moving like a real dick right now. Oh my god, I've never failed this many times. It's pissing me off. I'm actually annoyed now. I don't know how I've failed 3 times in a row. This is absurd. I can assure you it wasn't like this when I was playing on my own. Okay. In fact, when I was fighting him for the first time in, like, what, 4 years? I was doing better than this, so... Let's actually try. No, okay. Looks like I'm going to fuck this up again. Oh no, he was being nice about it. I saw that. Can I get him on this one? No. Fail 4 times in a row. This is very good. Not. I've got no idea why I can't actually do it. It goes to show that there is strategy to this. Yeah, the Metal King Sword does 2 damage instead of 1, but the reality is getting a maximum score is actually better when you can hit him more for the better hit chain. The benefit of using the Metal King Sword is that it takes less time. So when it takes less time, you are going to get a benefit from that, but it's not enough to actually make up for the fact that you're getting a really good hit chain. And it's also, I mean, maybe the accuracy stat as well, but basically if you want like really crazy good scores, you don't really want to use the Metal King Sword. Alright, we'll do one more successful run. I said that I'd do 3. That was actually 3 successful runs. I don't know how I managed to fuck up 4 times in a row. It's pretty pathetic. It's usually like a one-off that you fail it, and I managed to fuck it up 4 times. 200 people heard from me after killing this guy, but only 49 from the giant dragon, which was quite upsetting. Yeah, everyone knows about King Latem getting thwarted. Giant dragon? Not interesting. Well, what would help, perhaps, is getting better accuracy on my swings. That would really help, actually. Because I can see there are certain situations where I'm getting diagonals instead of horizontals, and that is hurting me. I can see that. But, seriously. I can only have so much patience for this amount of incompetence on my part. Well, it's not like I'm trying to do diagonals. It's that in an attempt to do horizontals, I'm doing diagonals. That's the point. I think that is the source of my issues. It's that I've been doing diagonals when I'm trying to do horizontals. That's probably where I needed to put more effort in. Not so much the timing of my strikes, but more that. I got an X-rank. Alright, this is definitely going to be enough mini-medals for some holy water. Or magic water, whatever it's called. The fans ramped up on my JBOD hard drive enclosure. I don't know why, but they're very loud right now. I think I know why. It's because I'm in a very hot room. Alright, so I just wanted to make sure that I did actually remember to equip my liquid metal armor for the next confrontation. Now that I've just made sure that I've done that, because I don't want to forget, right? While I'm thinking of it, I want to make sure that I'm taking care of that. Let's go down, purchase some magic water. Well, no, not really, Peaberry. My electronics never overheat. I suppose you could say there's more of a risk of that, but it, you know, hasn't happened yet. You encounter that a little bit more in, I don't know, closer to the equator, maybe. Stop meowing at me. It's making me uncomfortable, particularly because it's coming from you. You can see that you can also buy Yggdrasil leaves here. The significance of this item is that it can actually resurrect someone who's died. You can either use it on yourself when you die, or you can use it on a companion who dies. So yeah, quite useful. Increases maximum HP by 15. Just between you and me, not very impressive. Not very impressive. 15? I suppose in very specific circumstances it might be the difference between dying and not dying, but really. This is what I was talking about, doubling the Master Stroke gauge's speed when in a pinch. I believe that it's not about it being in a pinch, I think just generally it has a passive effect of doubling the speed. So that's a bit of a red herring when in a pinch. No, it doesn't mean anything actually. Increases shield's durability by 6, that's actually really good. Increases slashing power by 10%, increases shield durability by 6. That's extraordinary. Can I just make it very clear? Increases durability by 6. We've got pretty much an endgame shield and it has 8 durability. So if we increase it by 6, let's do that. That's extremely good. I'm going to use that. And I'll tell you why. Because 10% slashing power, I mean, that's alright, but we're not actually sacrificing any defense in using this. Although 10% is pretty good, isn't it? Oh, come on. What should I do? Six durability is a big deal, though. That's a really big deal. I suppose it would have been more useful against Valgurt. Let's consider that situational as well. So maybe in certain circumstances, much like our liquid metal armor versus auroral armor, maybe it'll be better to use that ring of protection to give us better durability on the shield. I don't suspect that we'll need it against Durgiv as much as we will need it against Valgurt, particularly the golden version of Valgurt. Alright, let's give it a try. We've leveled up a little bit since we took on Valgurt even, because we went and killed King Latem a few times. Let's see how we go. Alright, so you guys may remember the green version of this guy is someone that we can, I guess, shit on using an exploit. It's basically doing ranged magic of some kind to flinch him, thus causing him to give us an opportunity to hit him. Like so. So we're going to try and do this a few times. You need to... the window in which this works is smaller here than versus his previous version. His previous version, it's much easier to do it. Because, I don't know if you're noticing, but I'm trying to keep his guard up. Because if it happens at the wrong time, this isn't going to work. I don't know if that's even helping, to be honest with you. I think that extra slash that I'm doing is keeping his guard up for a little longer, but I can't know for sure. I have reason to suspect that it's necessary. I don't know if I did a good job of explaining what I'm doing. You can see that failed. To get a good opportunity to hit him, you need to block that stuff pretty consistently. Alright, let's Master Stroke. Doing a figure of 8 again. -4, whatever. $218, not too bad. Remember, you do have the opportunity to hit him after... Okay, fuck that up a little. Let's keep on top of our health. You may have noticed that he's hurting us a lot. And no, I'm certainly not going to restart getting 94 on that. Didn't do as good of a job that time. I'm getting heckled by Armless at this point. Okay, doing that extra slash is not helping. I just have to be extremely quick with doing Sears after he has dropped his guard. If I take too long, I will lose that opportunity. As I say, that window where you can use Sizz in this case to flinch him is much smaller against Durgiv. Much smaller. Okay, so we want to hit these orbs back, but we don't want to be getting hit as well, because that's going to affect our guard accuracy. Taking a hit directly affects guard accuracy, so it's considered a failed guard if you're just taking a hit. pathetic. Not good. But basically, completing this fight in reasonable time does require that you hit those orbs back. I've got diminished shield now, but that's alright. Not performing very well, but it requires that I do my diagonals accurately, and that's a tall order. Ooh. Probably don't want to be doing this with diminished shield, which I am doing. To reasonable effect, which is good news. Ooh, didn't do that to any reasonable effect, as you noticed. I was largely unsuccessful in blocking that last round. Oh my god. Alright, so just use replenish shield powder. Shit. Can you tell this is a harder fight? Jesus. Glad I cast Magna Shield towards the end there. My Master Stroke can hit him from this distance, by the way. So I will be using it. Doing a no-shield run is equivalent to doing a just die run. If it has not become immediately obvious that is what would happen. Is he going to come forward? No, he's not. Okay. Fine. All I can do is just flounder and then hope that I can sort of succeed. And you see, when I attempt to do a diagonal in that situation, I do a thrust. It's just... not again. What Magna Shield does, if you're under the effects of Diminish Shield, is it... all it does is reverse your Diminish Shield. It doesn't actually give you Magna Shield at that point. We're just about at the stage where we need to be using Magic Water. You can now see why I took the time to actually purchase more of it for this fight. I'm not going to pretend that I'm performing well, it's just that... I really need to hit home the fact that this is a harder version of anything we've done so far in the game. Come on, get to 100. Thank you. We're not going to get an amazing score, there's just no way. There's no way we're going to get a good score. Okay, there's our fucking thrust again. Anyway. I'm not going to dwell on the fact that my accuracy is terrible. I mean, what would you have me do? Move my microphone stand out of the way so you can't hear me? Is that worth it? Is that worth watching me do that? I don't know. Ooh. Okay. Not again. It must seem like I'm barely holding on. Just an absolute onslaught. Look how quick that is. I have a memory of how it moves, that's why I'm able to match it. I'm not completely, like, unfamiliar with how some of these attacks work, it's just that the mechanics of dealing with it can be really difficult. Are you seeing that simultaneously I'm having to deal with these guys shooting magic that diminishes the size of my shield whilst having to also hit back this guy's attacks. It's so unfair. I can't hit those. I cannot mechanically do that. I cannot be hitting those back. It's just not possible. I hit some of that back. Remember, I told you, you're not really going to succeed in any meaningful way unless you can hit that shit back. I'm getting good returns when I hit those back. I think it is proportional to some extent to your weapon damage. It's basically his damage mixed with your damage, but fuck. I'm just going to have to take that diminished shield debuff. Not now, though. Master Stroke. I think we're keeping with Giga Slash because that damage seems good. That's the sort of damage that we were getting with Light Fantastic against Valgurt, so that translates to something that worked well, in my view. Okay. Keep in mind that this is after grinding King Latem for levels. Hitting some of it back. Here we go. Yeah, whatever. My hit chain, my maximum hit chain that is not going to be good. What I'm doing here really helps to get a decent hit chain, because it's consistent and quite difficult to miss a hit. In terms of time taken to complete the fight, that's probably not going to be very good. Almost got it. You can hit him a few times as he dies. Okay, so we'll see what score we get. I'm expecting an A rank, certainly not an S rank for that performance. Oh no. It was close to an S rank, but still A rank, I believe. Yeah. We could have had better accuracy. Sitting at 95%, 61% guard accuracy. As you can see, well, maybe that is decent. 6 minutes clear time, 3,000 points, I don't know. It's an A rank. Yeah, big red, that's right. I don't know what happens if you don't deal the death blow. I'm pretty sure that it just stays there. I don't think that you lose an opportunity to deal the death blow. It wouldn't really be meaningful if you lost the opportunity. I mean, unless the guy healed, that would be pretty terrible. I've never experienced that. I've never given it a try. But I'm guessing you just sort of sit there for as long as you can do it. Imagine your Wii Remote lost charge at that crucial moment when you've got the death blow active. I mean, you would hope that the game would just sit there, wouldn't you? You really would. That was really rough. That was not easy at all. I ended up using quite a few magic waters. 3, to be specific. Let's do some more King Latem and replenish those for our next boss fight. And obviously in doing that, we'll level up a small amount as well. See how I'm doing much wider swings? Well, that was accurate until it wasn't. Okay. And then I swung again accidentally to just give myself a worse score. Great. So again, we'll do 3 attempts at this. Not 3 attempts. 3 successful attempts. And maybe we'll get some extra mini medals by getting an X rank. We haven't reached a point where a confrontation has become so dire that we've needed a Yggdrasil leaf. I can assure you, however, that it will get to that point against Golden Valgate. He is not good. He is basically the final boss without being the final boss. No, you fucking don't. Look at him. Look at him trying to run away there. The sound of him running away actually came through, but he wasn't able to achieve it. Thank God. What an asshole. If it's worth anything, I am technically at a disadvantage. I'm using the weakest of the 3 elemental swords that you can get in the game. But, yeah, I used it for fun. I decided, hey, I don't usually use this weapon, let's give it a try. I'm pretty sure I went with the ice one for my last... Or was it the fire one? I think I went for the fire one last time. Alright, one more of these. I don't know if it's a random chance to miss. It might be random. Oh, there goes a random thrust into the ether. Oh, that was good. Oh, give it a fucking rest. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let's just completely dunk on our score by playing like an absolute turd. Why not? Probably would have been 20,000 if I had performed slightly less shit. Alright. Guess I could test the death blow theory on King Latem. Let's do it. I don't know if he's a good example because he's not really... Like, he doesn't have a health bar, right? Well, he does have a health bar, actually. Let's do it. Let's do the death blow theory, or rather, test out the death blow on King Latem. I'm not going to wait forever, but we'll see how it goes. Come on, man. No! Alright, let's try that again. Okay. He's pissing me off this time around. Yeah. See, those fucking diagonals that come out when I don't intend them to. Don't you feel like he's taunting us? Sometimes? I don't trust his smiling face. Yeah, I can hear you trying to run away, asshole. Oh, I was supposed to... Sorry. I'm not used to actually intentionally leaving it for the death blow to just sit there. Let's try that again. Forgot what we were doing. I got an X rank out of that, though, somehow. It's a mystery. It must be to do... Oh, it was my hit chain that did it. That was my hit chain. Yeah, exactly. I get more experience out of it. I'd be doing it in my own time anyway, so Works just fine. Well, just ignore my swing then. Well, this is not going to be a successful run, is it? I mean, it could be if I get extremely lucky, but... I'll give it a fucking rest. Oh my god. Maybe I should be setting a focal point at this stage. If I'm doing thrusts off into random directions, I really should be setting a focal point. That's what I think. I may have done that in the past, I don't really remember. But, and when I say in the past, I mean, you know, before I was recording the game. Or maybe even in my 2015 Let's Play. But, wow. Okay, that'd be right. As soon as I want to actually demonstrate, oh, this is what happens when you leave the death blow. Can't actually fucking fight him. Let's see if we get a little bit more success here. Alright, what happens? It's probably not permanent because it's flashing, right? It's flashing as like there is an urgency to it. I reckon maybe a 1 minute timer at this stage. 30 seconds, 1 minute, we'll see. We'll find out. Oh, he gets full health back. Full health! Holy shit! Full! Could you imagine? Imagine fighting the dragon, Valgurt, and you don't deal the death blow, full health back, that's it. Holy shit. Now, here's the question. Is it a percentage of health, as in he gets 100% health back, or is it a figure? Is there an actual amount of health that the boss gets back? And what if that amount of health, in the case of King Latam, gives him full health? I don't know, but that's shocking. If it is a recovery of 100% health, that's horrific. Admittedly, it seemed like a 15-second timer. 15 seconds, I mean, that's... Still, wow. That definitely exceeded my expectations. I'm just going to save for good measure. Okay. We'll buy some more magic water. And then take on the next boss. So, as you will have noticed, Durgib is definitely a boss which requires good accuracy in hitting back his attacks. I regret to say that it is even more the case with the next boss that you need to be hitting back his attacks. Interestingly though, it winds up being an easier fight as a result, because instead of having some attacks be purely red warning marker shield only attacks, as I recall, all of this upcoming boss's ranged attacks are ones that you can hit back, so it ends up being better. It means that you are probably going to be able to kill him faster. I do need to go and get some replenish shield powder soon, but 2 should be enough for the moment. 2 should be fine. I'm happy enough with clearing these bosses at level 50 something with the worst of the elemental weapons. It's fine. Alright. Nomegon. Armlas is now level 58, we're probably level 56 or something. He's going to be invisible, by the way. He's extremely fast. I don't know if you've already noticed that he's extremely fast, but he's, he doesn't fuck around. I'm not expecting a good hit chain, and the reason why is because his body jumps around a lot. It's very annoying. You can see you have to be very, very on top of it. Very on top of it. Oh, and then you expect it to be in the center. It's not. If you start to lose it, just... But yeah, you can probably already tell there is more of an expectation of you hitting stuff back in this case. Alright, I'm missing it now. Alright. So we've got our Master Stroke charged. Master Stroke gauge charged. Let's do our Master Stroke. Giga Slash should be fine. No, they don't play around. Ooh. I lost the figure 8 there briefly. Gave me a worse score. Worse charge, whatever you want to call it. Still 211 damage, not too bad. Oh, alright. Alright. Again, not expecting a good score because my clear time's not going to be amazing. Fine. Fuck you. Oh, shit. So difficult. That's hard. I used to be pretty good at it, but now it's... Well, you get used to it. Almost have to enter a different mental gear. This is really dangerous. Keep going until it feels like you're about to die. I say that because if you miss all 3 of those, that's going to deal more than half of your health, I'm pretty sure. So... I'll do another meteor. Just to get me up to full. I can't block that shit. Is it not clear why I'm not going to be getting a good hit chain? Maybe going for every second hit is good enough. I'm doing this for a reason. We're entering what I would call a barrage of attacks, where I need as much health as possible. Alright, that was pretty good. And then we'll... Oh, I can't do the Master Stroke yet. Entering second phase, and then I'll do it once that finishes. Cool. Let's get a better figure 8 this time. Wasn't really better in the end. $198's better than nothing. Fucking... It's faster. It's faster. See that? See how quickly I lose my health? You have to be absolutely on top of your healing. eventually it comes so quickly that you don't even know what timing you're going for, because you're reacting to something that's pretty much already happened. Do you understand? It's absolutely insane, and this barrage goes on for some time. Now, if you're good at hitting it back, the positive result of that, yeah, you keep your focus in the center and you match the angle, but it's at the point now where you can't match the angle because you've got no idea what the timing is. It is coming at a speed and at a rate that is, you can't even aim to match it. Particularly if I'm in this screen healing, I don't know what's coming. Not really. I can see that there's a... Oh my god. It's all about being on top of your healing. I mean, hit back what you can, obviously, but god. Alright, need to sizz the fuck out of this. That is a healing... What I just did there, that is a healing jellyfish. And you don't want this prick to be healing himself. That's the bottom line. Stop freaking out, Atlas. I've got this under control. Sort of. Have a care. Nah, I just don't care, man. I'm just here, you know, battling within an inch of my life and just not really giving a damn. It's my carelessness that leads to this situation we're in. Keeping on top of him. Attacked too quickly in that situation. You can see I've almost got him, because as I'm hitting back these attacks, I mean, it is as dangerous to him as it is to me. So, yeah, there's a... Okay, now I need him to get in range so I can hit him. This is the frustrating part. I cannot kill him with his own attacks. So I'm just going to shield this stuff. There's no reason for me to waste time. Not even a Master Stroke's going to kill him. I have to wait until he gets in here. Death blow. Dick. Alright, well that's that boss. What an asshole. Devastatingly dangerous, but as I say, his attacks are as dangerous to him as they are to me, so... Ooh. B rank. C rank. C rank, actually. I forgot that there was a level below B. I think that's what I got for Valgurt last time. Fucking C rank. I don't get shit for that. I get to say that I've killed it, but I don't get any benefits for performance like that. 38% guard accuracy. 74% accuracy generally. Clear time, 4 minutes. Really, so it was 6 minutes on Dirk Gibb, and I suppose this is the nature of it. If you're accurate with hitting back those attacks, you can get this quest, or rather this fight, done really quickly. But even 4 minutes gives me fuck all, when Dirk Gibb was 6 minutes, and I got, you know, 3,000 or something like that points for clearing that in 6 minutes, so... Longest hit chain of 25 was okay, but wow. Yeah, not nice. Alright, well, there's definitely room for us to improve in that fight. I don't think we can survive against Golden Valgurt. I think we're going to be pretty much at the end of our tether by the time we get halfway through his fight. Because he's the same. He's the same as this one. It's a two-stage fight. The main difference here, though, is that instead of going from head to head, we do all 3 heads for both rounds, and it's just not going to work. We need to be stronger for him, for sure. We're at level 54, I thought we were at 56. I definitely need to level up more. I don't think there's any debate anymore about that, or any uncertainty about that. If we can clear Valgurt, we will get an upgraded weapon. And remember, we were fighting those bosses with the strongest armor in the game, so definitely our level is relevant here, but jumping shit. What we're going to do is we're going to try Valgurt with no real expectation of succeeding, okay? I'm not expecting to survive, but I'm interested to see... Hold on, what's going on here? So, can get 2 more magic water, so that means we're going to do some more King Latem. Alright, here's the deal. I'm going to go to the bathroom. When we come back, I'm going to do King Latem, so we can obviously replenish our stock of magic water. Then we're going to take on Valgurt, if only to see how far away we are from being able to successfully kill him, because I'm telling you, we're not going to be able to do it this time. It'd be nice if we could, because then that means we can get the next strongest weapon. Great. If not the strongest weapon in the game generally. I'll need to refamiliarize myself with the way to get the Metal King Sword. I've forgotten, but anyway, I'll be back in just a moment. I'm back. I'm just going to have a look and see how to get the Metal King Sword. I'm interested. Oh, it's the rusty old sword. I'd completely forgotten about that thing. It is sitting in my inventory. I think that also needs a noble metal. Let me just double check that. Pretty sure. Pretty sure it does. The Metal King Sword is in so many Dragon Quest games. Just goes to show that what you see in this game is not necessarily unique to this game. It's probably appeared in other versions of Dragon Quest. But I'm pretty sure I need a noble metal for both of them. Both the Dragovian King Sword. I think I'm remembering that correctly. I hope I'm not thinking of the fire upgrade. The fire element upgrade from Red Nusadna. Let's just double check that. Dragon Warrior Sword. So the Dragovian King Sword is the fire upgrade of Red Nusadna. When I've been saying Dragovian King Sword, I've actually meant Dragon Warrior's Sword. You can see why I would get those confused. And then this is the Metal King Sword here. So what do I need for that? 4 noble metals. Okay. Good for you. And then for this, what do I need? 2 of the noble metals. Lovely. So if I were even to fluke it and kill Golden Valgurt, I'd need to kill him again in order to make this sword. Jesus. Well. Apparently the death blow thing is in most of the other Dragon Quest games as well. Makes sense. I feel like much of what makes this game special is that it's a Wii version of something that should be very familiar to the people who play it. In other words, it brings a lot of Dragon Quest themes into this game. But, yeah, I can't really comment on that. You know, it's not like how I play a 4th gen Monster Hunter game and then talk about the origins of all the different things throughout the history of the Monster Hunter series. It's definitely not that. That is not the experience you're getting from watching me play this game. I don't know shit. Don't know what I'm looking at. I take it all at face value, because I've never seen it before. Alright. So, King Latem. I will mention that all of these confrontations become incredibly easier as you get into the higher levels, but I'm not at the higher levels, and it's probably a good thing, in a way. You get to see what these fights are really like. Could be an X rank, although you may need a 7 hit chain or above for that. Yep, X rank. Just to speed it up, I'm not going to save. I don't think I get more experience. No, you don't get more experience based on your rank. Your experience is based on the boss that you kill, which in this case is King Latem. There's no change to experience based on performance, which is unfortunate in a way, but fine. No, you don't. But yeah, obviously a fight where every slash is done deliberately. You're not just swinging your sword randomly. If you want to get a good score or even kill this thing, you can't just swing your sword aimlessly at the television. It just doesn't work. S rank for that one. I could sense that I didn't do very well. Alright, that should be enough. Well, if you want to see me getting better with him, you should see the last recording that I did. I wasn't having any issues with him whatsoever. I'm not sure what's changed between then and now. Some kind of dysfunction of the mind, evidently. Or maybe it's because I'm sweating profusely in a hot room. Maybe for some people that would improve their play. Obviously it doesn't with me. I don't know if that was a good impression or not, but it's as good as I'm going to do it. Oh, one more. I wasn't keeping track. No. Well, I won't get another one. Oh, apparently I've got one in my bag. I should keep that in mind. What's going on over here? Okay. Good thing your crown magnetizes to your head. Otherwise that would be rather inconvenient. Okay. So what I'm going to do, it's a little bit cheap to do this, but I don't care, is I'm going to do King Latem, save, and then take on Valgurt, the Golden Valgurt. And when I fail, because it's a matter of when, not if, I will reset the game. Because I'm not going to waste the materials, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'm not going to expend materials in the event where I'm expecting to fail. It just feels like a waste, so... But if I can, somehow, kill Valgurt at level 55, I will consider that an achievement. I'll be getting a C rank, so I doubt that I'll get a noble metal from it, but I think, and I don't know if I'm misremembering this, but I think you get the noble metal from the boss drop himself, so sometimes if you think back to when you're going through an actual locale and you kill the boss, you'll actually get something just from killing the boss, unrelated to your rewards, based on your performance. I think that might be how the noble metal drops from this guy, but I don't know. I don't know, I can't say for sure. I really can only go based on, more than anything, wishful thinking at this point. Let's see how we go. Let's see how we go. Come on, Anlas, you're level 60 now. So as I said, we're not going to be doing each head individually this time. It's all three of them for both rounds. Which is not necessarily a bad thing, because it means that we can hit back the fire from the beginning. Oh no, I'm remembering it incorrectly. That's fine. Happy to be totally misremembering that. I'm not really happy to be doing that, but that's alright. Missed most of that. You have a shield, boy. Use it. I'm doing my best, Anlas. Oh my fucking god. I feel like I'm already on my knees and I've only just begun. Don't know how you guys feel about it, but that's incomprehensible to me. I can comprehend this. That's comprehensible. But that other shit didn't make any sense at all. Anlas is losing his shit right now. Absolutely freaking out. And I have to admit, like, this is this is not good, but just means I'm gonna have to perform better when I'm hitting back the attacks. That wasn't too bad. Light fantastic, and we're certainly not going to be using elemental extremes because we just don't have the MP for it. Rub his belly. Yeah, who knows what's in store with a belly rub. 170 damage, not really what I was wanting. Would have liked 200 at least. Got a good opportunity there, thanks to my accuracy of defending. I'm not completely out of my depth. It's not easy, but... yeah. Dare I say that it might be doable? If I can do it, it will be at the expense of absolutely everything that I have, okay? See that? I can't fucking deal with that, that's stupid. That's just like a random flailing attack that I can't really make sense of. Alright. Oh, rub the cat's belly, sorry, yeah. Well, I can also rub the dragon's belly, there's nothing wrong with that. $96 for 166 damage, which, by the way, sucks. It sucks. Hey. Alright, here we go. Moment of truth. I'm now smacking the table with my hand because I'm getting too into it. It was not my intention to smack the table with my hand, just to be very clear. Oh, it's coming faster. Having a no-me-goin' moment. If I'm hitting it back, that's fine. I don't need to get the ideal timing. So you've got hitting it back with less than optimal timing, and then you've got hitting it back with ideal timing, but hey, these two are both better than missing completely and just getting hit, so I don't care. I'll take it. You can see we've dealt a decent amount of damage there. Brilliant, that's what we want. It's really, really slow going when we don't have his damage to use against him, and we're just relying on our damage. That's the crucial point here. Oh my god. Why did I go into this fight with 2 replenish shield powder? What the fuck is wrong with me? Guys, this was a terrible idea. And was a mistake. You can see this attack is faster. So you have to be really on the ball when breaking out of it. I agree, not bad so far. I'm actually doing better than I thought that I was going to. So that counts for something. That lack of replenish shield powder though is a concern. I'm going to be very reliant on my master strokes to deal the damage from here until we get to the second stage. Messed that up a little bit. Alright, master stroke time. No, you don't. But yeah, if he's just going to do the same attack every time, I can live with that. I can hope for a B rank. Certainly not going to get an A. Certainly not going to get an A. What really confuses me is the lamp posts randomly rising out of the ground. Well, let's not say randomly, let's just say inexplicably rising out of the ground every time I, recover from his tail attack. Don't really understand what that's even trying to do, or how that makes any sense. So he seems to hit away the lamp posts or something. Watch them rise up. See that? I don't get that. Is it that my perspective is changing? Is that what they're trying to communicate? It's confusing. Alright, see you, Potato. Thanks for joining. Yeah, I wouldn't want to, in any way, reduce the time that you're going to spend enjoying yourself playing Skyward Sword HD. My god. Ooh, not as good of a shielding that time. Alright, let's get him to the next stage. There we go. Seems that if we do it while we're in the tail attack, it takes us straight back to the second stage. So, alright. So, we do have a decent chance of succeeding here. This was a throwaway attempt. This was just to see if I was going to be capable of this, but I suppose the difficulty difference is not as big as I was expecting between Golden Valgurt and the other bosses we just fought. He is harder, but not exponentially harder. I reckon we can do it. I do stand by the point that I made, though, that it's going to take all we've got. And definitely my performance is going to be a factor as well. Depends how I can actually hit back these attacks of his. You may have already noticed that we're actually dealing 1 damage per strike instead of 2. That's what was happening before. So we're already dealing half the amount of damage that we were last time. I do not know the order of those attacks. I don't know if you saw that, but it looked like a Z shape, but not a consistent Z shape. Whoa. Well, we've upped the ante. I can't shield that. Like, what is that? Here we go. Oh no. I must hit these back. I can't not hit those back. That is so important for this fight. Hitting back that fire is essential. I'm a little afraid that things are going to change when we're doing this part of the fight, and that it's going to be so much harder that it'll present a huge challenge, but I don't know, we'll see. I'm getting quite close to getting eaten there. You may have noticed that we haven't yet reached the point where we need to use our own healing items, but all I can say is not to get too excited by this stuff. This does not last. This does not last in the same way that this stuff lasts. This is just last resort. If this is all you've got, you're basically on your knees, in my opinion. We made some progress just from that little section there. Just from that little bit where we can hit back his attacks. That's a Z shape, very clear Z shape. Oh, did that in the wrong order. Okay. Ooh. That is very, very deliberately designed to throw me off. I mean, I did do a random thrust into the nether, but that was more to do with the sensor bar than me. He says in a desperate attempt to exonerate himself. I certainly don't want to use that on me. Just to go through what we've got on hand, we have 3 opportunities to heal ourselves from fainting. So if I die or Unless dies, we can recover full health. Not too bad. We can get these back fairly easily. We just need to get some mini-medals from killing King Latem, which is going to happen inevitably as we level ourselves up for the final boss, and possibly level ourselves up to get better scores against the bosses we've fought in this recording. We've got 3 full heals for both ourselves and Anla simultaneously, which is pretty good. We're going to take advantage of these, I think. I think that's certain. This is a bit... I would say that this is more for a situation where I take more damage than I was expecting. This is not to continue the fight when I've got nothing left. This is a contingency for if I've miscalculated and suddenly that's it. I've taken too much damage and I'm dead. So that's really what those are for. Back to the fight. Alright, we'll be doing Magna Shield again, just while I'm thinking of it. And then we do our Master Stroke. We're about a third of the way through, just about. And I take comfort in the fact that we're going to make significant strides when hitting back his attacks. Progress is very slow when we can't do that, but once we can, it's much better. Alright. Again, this is the bit that I need to be paying attention for. I can't really... I can try. No, I can't really hit those back. It needs a very, very good diagonal. Okay, we're down to half. Unless isn't looking good, I'm sort of at the stage of the fight where I'm prioritizing my healing over his, because I'm thinking I might use one of my Yggdrasil Dews to heal both of us. Long story short, when I take a hit, most of it's going to go towards me, some of it will go towards Atlas. I think that's how it works. I'm not going to let him die, but... Oh, here comes a barrage. I'll heal him a little bit, but mostly me. Yggdrasil Dew. Look at our shield. Remember, we cannot replenish our shield here. Oh. Okay. This is a point in the fight. This is second half of the final fight. I forgot that we can actually get some of this going on. Okay, we can actually be healed here. This is interesting. We want to get hit by... Let me explain this. He shoots fire that we can hit back, and he shoots blue fire that heals us. But you see, if we send it back to him, if we send the healing blue flame back to him, it will heal him, so we need to do this right. You will have noticed we are out of magic. Okay, that's how much health we've got left. This is going to depend on my performance more than anything else. I don't know what is allowing us to get our Master Stroke gauge up this time. Must be shielding. I don't think it's anything else that's actually doing it. I'm very close to using another Yggdrasil Dew. Very close. I don't know how much I really want to push it. I can't take many hits before dying. Must get to 100. I can't really be getting less than that. 209, pretty good. Doesn't account for much, but it's better than nothing. That's alright, I've got a Yggdrasil leaf. I've got a Yggdrasil leaf, so we're okay. I'm using it. We're back. At no cost to the progress in the fight. But you can see... Oh, Unlass is dead. Unlass cannot help me anymore. Because he is out of MP. He will not be doing anything. So... here is the situation. We have a standard-sized shield that is in disrepair. We have no ability to heal ourselves, except through what you're seeing here. We can recover death twice, which we are now going to use as a final last resort. We've got strong medicines that heal for fuck all. Let's use all of our medicinal herbs now. You'll see how little they actually heal us for. I'm just going to use them all now. These things are from an earlier stage in the game, quite frankly. Think of them like regular herbs in Monster Hunter. We can still do this. It's not good, but we can still do this. Don't heal him. This is not good. It gets so... hit me. Okay. What's more important is that we don't heal him with this stuff. It's close, isn't it? So close. This is what I meant when I said it's going to take us down to the last... I'm going to stop talking. I'm just going to stop talking. I'm sure you can forgive me for that. We are going to succeed. At this stage, I'm just going to keep it to... Yep. We did it, and not with much to spare. Nicely done. Did not have much to spare. I don't think Unlass gets XP. Nah, he's dead. I wouldn't... The experience from these bosses is not what you get from King Latam. What have we got here? C rank or A rank? C rank. B rank, I think. B. No, a C. So, believe it or not, I don't think we got anything from that. Just scraping through a successful confrontation is not enough to give you a noble metal from that fight. So, I guess we didn't fail, but we also didn't really succeed. It was a bit of a... well... it was a bit of a nothing moment. Let's look at what we've got. I'm pretty sure we didn't get a noble... no noble metal. So it doesn't drop from killing him. We did kill him. So he will come up as vanquished, but... yeah. Our only recourse at this stage, and look, I'm glad that I killed him, to be honest with you. I'm glad that I've achieved that at level 55. I was level 55 when I killed him. It does require a little bit of coordination. Obviously, people who play better than me can get much better results than that, score-wise, but that's fine. At least I killed him. Going forward, I just need to improve the level of my character, as well as Unlass, and that's really what we're going to do. Again, remember, I've got the Sword of Kings, the weakest of the three swords that you would usually be using at this stage in the game. I think we also would have benefited in some ways from the durability, but do you know what? Maybe that 10% extra damage made a difference. That's the final boss right there. I'm going to spoil this boss for you. It's not just the final boss. It's all of these bosses plus the final boss in one confrontation without rest. All in one go, back to back. So, yeah. Whatever you've seen so far, that all needs to be done in one go, plus killing a boss that's harder than all three. So, there you go. So I did unlock a new boss, Peaberry, but I didn't get any rewards from killing that golden Nedlog, Valgurt. I think that's going to be it. Yeah, we're at 2 hours, and look, I can't really do much more right now, except grind King Latem. I'm going to be grinding King Latem a pretty good amount. Again, we're at level 56. I suspect that I will not pick up this live stream again until I'm at max level, because I just, you know, what's the point? Because if I pick it up at, say, level 70-something, level 80-something, yeah, I'll be able to perform against these guys better, but I won't be able to do the final boss. I would rather be in a position in the final live stream to be able to cover all of this, plus that, and then I'll be able to upgrade my weapons accordingly. I just want it all done in one recording. So therefore, I'm going to do all of the grinding that I need to do off camera, get to max level, and then it'll all be happening in the next live stream. That's the best way to do it. Yeah, no problem, Peaberry. It sort of worked out for me as well to stream at this time. I will see you all next time I'm going live, in whatever game that I choose to do next. But this is Dragon Quest Swords, obviously. I will get to level 99 between now and the next recording, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.